Well, thank you for staying with us on the program this morning. In the wake of sad incidences in Bokos local government area in the month of March and a reprisal attack on the 13th of April, the communities in Plateau have been thrown into mourning. This morning on the program, in a bid to discuss solutions to ending the insecurity in Plateau State, we'll be speaking to Gyang Bere, Director, Press and Public Affairs to the Plateau State Governor. He joins us via phone call from Plateau State. Hello, good morning to you, Mr. Bere. Nice to have you on the program.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for having me this morning.
Permit me to start by extending my condolences to the good people of Plateau State.
Thank you very much.
Now, it's the question of a statement on how to end this insecurity. It's been over 20 years since the first incidents, and now particularly in the likes of Bokos, Basa and Mungu, we see attacks that the governor himself has tagged genocidal. What's the true situation of things, and why does it almost feel as though it's unending?
Well, let me sincerely appreciate you and also appreciate Nigerians for the show of love, the show of empathy, and coming forth to extend their condolences to the people of Plateau State, particularly the communities that have been under siege. We appreciate all the show of love Nigerians have shown Plateau people. We are comforted by their words and their solidarity. Let me also thank the security agencies for coming forth to their responsibility in terms of safeguarding lives and property. Although we still need their support, more needs to be done. They need to also redouble their effort to ensure that this carnage is brought to an end. Let me thank the President for the directive he has given since these attacks resumed. It has been helpful. That has also encouraged us here on the plateau, and we are trying to find a lasting and enduring solution to the problem. Talking about the issues in Plateau State, insecurity in Plateau State, we know very well that it has been here with us for some time, but I want to assure you that the leadership under the governor we have, His Excellency Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang, is alive to his constitutional responsibility of protecting lives and property. He has redoubled his effort. He has re-strategized to ensure that this spate of attacks in Plateau State comes to an end. If you recall, or if you have followed the trajectory of issues on the plateau, you will realize that for more than 1 year now, after the December 2023 attacks that erupted some villages in Bokos and Mangu, we have enjoyed enduring peace to a very large extent. People have celebrated that peace have returned to Plateau State. The governor has put in place machinery that the state is being reclaimed. The name of the state being home of peace and tourism is being reclaimed, and in the past 1 year we know that we were on the journey, to restoring the lost glory of Plateau State, only for us to have a relapse last week in Bokos, and I followed to a Basa local government area. But I can assure you that this government would not relent. This government is working tirelessly to ensure that permanent peace is restored in Plateau State. I know that we have sincerely, from the genuine heart of the governor, he has invested hugely in the security sector. He has invested huge in technology for surveillance across the state, and that is one of the reasons why we had peace in the last 1 year. The governor has also maintained cordial and harmonious working relationship with security chiefs in Abuja, with security heads here in Plateau State. He has worked harmoniously with communities across faiths, across ethnicity, and that is why we were gaining this mileage in terms of the restoration of peace in Plateau State. But then, with the recent relapse We are re-strategizing to ensure that this does not occur again. Plateau is a home for all. Plateau is accommodative to visitors. Plateau is willing to host people, and we shall do that. That is what we are known for. We will continue to exhibit that spirit of tolerance, spirit of accommodativeness, and spirit of togetherness. We will get over what is happening in Plateau State by the special grace of God.
Mr. Gyang, thank you for bringing us up to speed on the efforts of Governor Mutfwang as it concerns the situation. But my question is on identifying the perpetrators. So far, are there any intelligence as to who the perpetrators are and why they are carrying out these recurrent killings?
You know, security issues are largely domiciled in the hands of the security experts. The last incident that took place in Bokos, we are in the know of the fact that some individuals were arrested in respect to the attacks. That is left for the security agencies to make their thorough investigation and come up with a report in respect to the arrest. And as I stand here, I cannot categorically point out that this is it because I haven't come face to face to such kind of attacks. But we hear stories from people who are victims of the attacks. The security, I believe, from their intelligence they have, they should be able, they are in position to tell Nigerians and to tell the people of Plateau State, these are the people who are attacking you people. So we won't go to profiling individuals as it were. We are waiting for the committee, we are waiting for the security, to come up with the identity of people that were arrested based on their investigation and whether they are culpable to the crime or not. That we will be able to tell.
I listened to Governor Mutfwang's statement yesterday, and he says he believes that these attacks are calculated, persistent, and sponsored. I don't know if you understand why the governor has these feelings that this might be sponsored attacks on Plateau.
These attacks have been here with us for some time. What are the reasons for these attacks? Somebody is sleeping in his own room. Somebody came in, invaded the house, invaded the community, wiped the people, killed the people, chased them out of their own communities. And when they make an attempt to return, they are resisted. Is that not coordinated? Is that not systematic? If somebody is living his life and somebody from nowhere comes up and snuff life or uprooted him, what do we call that? These are genocide. These are pure cases of genocide. These are pure cases of trying to wipe communities.
Is this in a bid to grab the land or take over their homes?
Yes, I can tell you that there are one or two communities, few communities within the state, not now. These things have been with us for some time. That the people have lost their communities as a result of this. Sometimes the communities are invaded, and for them to return, it becomes very difficult for them to return. Because once you are making effort to return, your effort is being thwarted by unknown individuals, by the terrorists themselves. And so we begin to look at it from the perspective of the fact that this is a clear case of land grabbing. People, particularly when the farming season is resuming, will begin to hear this kind of attacks, parodic attacks. And this is deliberate, to keep people in fear, for them to remain in poverty, for them to lose their sources of livelihood. Most of the Plateau people are agrarians, and during the rainy season is the period that they go to farm and ensure that they cultivate their farms and live. But once we begin to have this as their rainy season is approaching, it's a thing of concern to us.
Now, we've also seen some measures being deployed following these attacks. There have been restrictions on the movements of motorcycles and also grazing of cattle at night. Can you give us some background insight as to why these recommendations have been made and are being enforced by Governor Mutfwang?
Intelligence has it that most of these criminal elements, their activities are aided by the use of motorcycles in so many areas, not just the recent attacks. We realize kidnapping, we realize criminal elements use motorcycles to carry out their own attacks. Because once there are terrains that you cannot move in with vehicles, but using motorcycle is more easier. That's one of the reasons why the governor has decided that the use of motorcycle is banned within some hours. So this will give us an opportunity for us to be able to checkmate people who move around communities, around areas that are also being prone to some of these activities of kidnappers and also the terrorist attacks. That will help us to checkmate such kind of activities. And when you talk about night grazing is also one of the problems that the state has also been grappling with. People goes to farm. After farming, you wake up in the morning, you realize that your crops have been grazed on. And this is usually done in the night. So when we ban all these things and every party is adhered to, I believe it is going to reduce crime within the state, and that will checkmate a lot of activities of criminal elements.
Now, I would also like to understand the atmosphere in Jos, because a lot of hope was had by onlookers who were sympathetic towards the situation when there was a deployment of the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Kwasi Yakubu, who arrived in Jos on the 8th of April, only for a few days later, on the 13th of April, for another attack to be unleashed on community dwellers in Bokos. I don't know if this has somewhat dampened the spirit of the community dwellers who had hoped that with the deployment of the tactical squad, their communities would be safer and well protected.
One thing I can tell you that Plateau people are they are resilient people. We are committed people. We are people that are tolerable. We are people that cannot give in to anything that will divide us, to anything that will wipe us. With the coming of the security, the Inspector General of Police, yesterday, I know that the spirit of the people of Plateau State cannot be dampened. They are encouraged by the visit, and I know very well that measures are being taken. The deployment has been met by the Inspector General of Police, and we graciously thank him for all the effort that he's also putting in to ensure that normalcy return to the state. So I can assure you that government under the leadership of His Excellency Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang and the security sector, all cutting across, are working in synergy to ensure that these issues are addressed once for all.
Now, on this synergy, we also saw a call from the governor in his statement to traditional rulers and local vigilante on the need to synergize and give the Nigerian police force the needed intelligence to be able to provide security in their respective communities. I don't know, is this some form of community policing? What are the strategic steps supposed to do to empower the police in its function?
We have what we call Operation Rainbow. Operation Rainbow is a state security outfit in Plateau State. It was established during the leadership of His Excellency Senator John David Gyang. The approval was granted by the former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Goodluck Jonathan. That security outfit is on ground. The primary purpose of that security outfit is to provide intelligence to conventional security agencies. That outfit is also being worked on to ensure that intelligence are provided from various communities to security agencies for them to have a swift response. So that is the synergy we are talking about. We are also working with community leaders. We are working with religious leaders. We are working with individuals who have one thing or the other to add to the security architecture of the state. We are working in synergy. We are collaborating. One thing I also want you to know that last week, the governor also inaugurated an interreligious advisory council. That council is saddled with the responsibility of dialoguing with the people who are aggrieved for one thing or the other. And we also have a peace building agency that mediates between communities around the state, to find solution over issues that could spark up violence. So this framework is being activated, to ensure that we step into these issues, dialogue with who we need to dialogue with, mediate with people that we need to mediate with, consult with people that we need to consult, to ensure that we have a round table and resolve these issues as they are supposed to be.
Now, before we let you go, Mr. Gyang, let's find out from you the state of mind of the victims. I know the governor has, in his magnanimity, asked that All hospitals around where victims are located give them free medical care. But beyond which, I don't know if you've interfaced with them. How are they responding to this show of empathy from well-meaning Nigerians and the free medical care as ordered by the governor?
Well, I know the state government under the State Emergency Management Agency and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, they have been working in synergy to provide relief materials to the victims of these attacks. I won't say it is enough. We are also appealing to Nigerians. We are appealing to philanthropists. We are appealing to international community, people who can assist these victims, for them to find sources of livelihood. We are looking forward to how we can also ensure that we rebuild some broken communities. The governor had inaugurated a committee, a resettlement committee. There are communities that the people were displaced, and the government is working in synergy with some individuals to see how these people are relocated back to their ancestral lands. So we are calling on international communities, we are calling on philanthropists within Nigeria and outside to see how they can also come in and assist these victims so that they can also live like human beings, so that they can also find sources of livelihood, so that they can also know that they have someone who cares for them. But the government of Plateau State is doing its best. Free medical treatment has been offered to all victims who have one issue or the other. We've directed the entire hospital within the state that anyone who is affected with this incident should be treated freely. And then we've provided relief materials to so many homes, so many people in so many camps. I know that the hearts are high, and we are also looking forward to how we can all think together and get out of the situation we find ourselves.
Well, I must thank you, Mr. Gyang Bere, for taking our time to speak to us on this issue. We're wishing you the best of today and in your local dialect show.
Thank you very much. I'm most grateful. Thank you for the opportunity, and have a blessed day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.